What's up YouTube? My name is Riley. I'm an ACE certified personal trainer. And in this week's video, I want to take the content of the last 5 videos and put them into one big example and application of the concepts and ideas to a goal so that you can better see how to use them for your own goals and New Year's resolutions. If you haven't had a chance to watch last week's video, I might suggest pausing here, giving that a quick watch before continuing with this video. One of the most common New Year's resolution goals is weight loss. So our example goal is that someone's resolution is to lose weight. So let's begin by restructuring that goal as a SMAARTS goal. The goal of wanting to lose weight could be more specific, and that's the S in SMAARTS. How much weight do they want to lose? Is it 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds? It's hard to work towards something meaningfully without knowing what exactly it is you're working towards. Another way to be more specific with weight loss is there a certain clothing size that you want to be able to fit into? Maybe you're at a 44-inch waist, you want to be a 38-inch waist. Maybe you're currently wearing a large, you want to be wearing a medium. At the end of the day, it's just a number and it doesn't define you, but it is a tool to be able to track your progress as you work towards whatever your goal might be. For this example, let's say this person wants to lose 20 pounds. That's their weight loss goal. 20 pounds is a very specific amount, so that takes care of the S. It's also very measurable. That takes care of the M in SMAARTS. If you were to use one of the other options, like a change in weight size or a change from a large to a medium in clothing sizes, those are also very measurable changes that you can track. So all 3 of those options, whether it's tracking your weight, your waist size, or your clothing size, are all very specific and measurable ways to track your progress towards accomplishing your goal. The first A for action-orientated isn't quite satisfied yet. We haven't given ourselves any action steps that we're going to take to accomplish this weight loss goal. Are you going to walk more? Are you going to do resistance training 2 times a week? Are you going to do 20 minutes of cardio every single day? Are you going to do 150 minutes of intense activity every single week? Are you going to replace high-calorie foods with low-calorie, nutrient-dense foods? Are you going to stop drinking sweetened beverages? What changes are you going to make and actions are you going to take to help progress yourself towards your goal? For this example, let's say that the action steps that we're going to take is meeting the physical activity guidelines for adults. That's 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio and weight training or resistance training 2 times or more a week for all major muscle groups. That comes out to being about 20 minutes of cardio every single day and 30 minutes of resistance training 2 or more times a week. These are very doable action steps with a little bit of scheduling and planning. The second A for adjustable isn't needed just yet, but it's important to recognize that you control your goals, what they are, how you work towards them, and what they mean to you. So at any point, if a goal that you've set for yourself isn't quite working, the action steps you've given yourself aren't quite what you need them to be, you're free to make changes to that. You're free to adjust that goal to whatever fits your needs better. The next thing we have to ask ourselves is this goal realistic? And that really depends on the person that's setting it. For a weight loss goal, losing 20 pounds for a person with a lot of excess weight is going to be a lot easier and more doable than a person with very little excess weight. But for this example, let's say that this person with excess weight has enough that a 20-pound loss is reasonable and doable. So the goal is realistic. We then have to think about making it time sensitive and time orientated. What day are you starting and what day are you ending? We need to give ourselves a start date because if we don't, it will always be tomorrow or next week's problem. We also need an end date. By when do we want to have accomplished this goal? This will help us see if we need to make adjustments to our action steps or adjustments to our goal in order to meet our deadline. For our example, let's say this person wants to lose the 20 pounds in 10 weeks. That's about 2 pounds every single week, which is a very reasonable and healthy rate of weight loss. We'll say that February 13 is our start date and that April 24 is our ending date. Lastly, we have to ask ourselves, is this goal self-determined? Are we willingly and freely choosing to do this goal, deciding how we're going to do it and what it means to us? This brings into question, what is our motivation for working towards this goal? For this example, we're going to say that this person is going to attend a wedding in May, and they want to look good when they see their friends and family at the wedding. This is an extrinsic form of motivation. They're not motivated by the benefits of physical activity or weight loss. They're not expressing any enjoyment or interest in the process or any satisfaction that they'll get from reaching their goals besides other people's approval. They're doing it to look good for others, either for their approval, to meet societal expectations, or to avoid being criticized, which is introjected or external extrinsic motivation, one of the lower two forms. This also brings into play an irrational thought pattern of jumping to conclusions. They're firstly mind reading and deciding that people will judge them unfairly if they arrive at the wedding at their current weight. They're also fortune telling, that if they don't lose weight, the social outcomes at the wedding will be unpleasant and or negative. First, they need to address those irrational thoughts. Is there any evidence that their family and friends will in fact react to them in this negative way? Is it really true that they must, should, ought to, have to lose weight to go to this wedding and have a good time? And are they treating themselves fairly? Would they react the same way or expect a friend or other family member to lose weight to attend a wedding? Realizing that they don't and shouldn't need to lose weight for others to treat them fairly and appropriately takes away all the motivation for this goal because it's no longer necessary. By challenging an irrational thought, they realized they weren't losing weight for themselves. They were losing weight for societal pressures and to make others happy. And that's not a healthy type of goal that someone should be pursuing. And so if that's the motivation behind one of your goals, you might want to reconsider whether or not you should be pursuing it. If they still feel the need to lose weight, how can we better support their psychological needs? Their need for autonomy isn't being supported because their motivation is coming from an external societal pressure. We can, however, support their autonomy by letting them choose how they're going to reach their goal, on what timeline, and making adjustments to that goal as needed. All of these things will help support their need for autonomy. Their competence or self-efficacy can be supported with those four sources: past performances, vicarious experiences, verbal persuasion, and physical or emotional appraisals. Joining a group exercise class will both support their goal and give them vicarious experiences by watching others similar to themselves accomplish fitness goals, showing them that it is possible for them to do the same. Finding a friend or partner to share in and support their efforts towards their goal will also provide verbal persuasion and again support their self-efficacy and competence. Both of these competence providing situations will also support their need for relatedness by building social connections with people engaging in and modeling their desired behaviors and goals. So at this point, we've set a SMAARTS goal. We've identified what's motivating this SMART goal and how we can better support the psychological needs and improve that motivation. Now we need to start talking about barriers this person might face when trying to accomplish their goal. This person doesn't live in a neighborhood with sidewalks, green spaces, or gyms anywhere nearby. These are two major barriers they'll face in trying to use their action steps of meeting the physical activity guidelines to lose weight. A lack of sidewalks and green spaces makes traditional cardio like walking, running, jogging, bicycling a lot more difficult. A solution to this is using body weight HIIT, or high intensity interval training, to accomplish that cardio need. They can do this in their living room, their backyard, or other small indoor spaces. Bodyweight exercises can also be a great alternative to gym equipment for resistance training, with calisthenic exercising having amazing results. Another solution is there might not be gyms or green spaces near where they live, but there are near where they work. And so on their way to work or home from work, they can stop at one of these green spaces or the gym and use the equipment there to help them reach the physical activity guidelines to lose weight. With some scheduling and planning, they can remove all of these barriers that prevent them from accomplishing their goals. With some scheduling and planning, they can stop at a green space or the gym before or after work or exercise in their own home, removing any of these barriers surrounding accessibility to facilities. Lapses for this goal can be avoided by scheduling time for yourself to exercise. By making time and prioritizing your goals, you'll spend less of your willpower trying to find time and forcing yourself to exercise if it's already been scheduled into your day. Taking it a step further, having an exercise plan that supports your goals will further reduce your willpower drain and executive function demands, because you won't have to sit there trying to force yourself to exercise while also trying to figure out what exercises you're even supposed to be doing to accomplish your goals. So that pre-planning, scheduling, and prioritizing all help keep you on track. Whenever you have a lapse while trying to change your behavior or accomplish some sort of goal, it's important to try to identify what led to the lapse, and is it something that you can control and or prevent in the future. If it's something you can't control or prevent, is there a substitution you can make for the behavior or whatever actions you are taking that are causing the lapse? Surrounding weight loss, relapses happen a lot when progress isn't seen or recognized. The irrational thought pattern of overgeneralization comes into play a lot. When people have days where they're not losing weight, or perhaps they gain a couple pounds due to water retention or a heavy meal, they take that as a sign and evidence that they can't lose weight, that what they're doing isn't working, and that they can't make any difference. This is really negative self-talk. It's also an irrational thought pattern, because in the big picture, if you look at their starting weight versus their current weight, they have made a significant amount of progress. If these irrational thought patterns and negative self-talk aren't challenged, they can become self-fulfilling prophecies. A person might have doubts about whether or not they'll be capable or able to lose weight. When they have one of those bad days or bad weeks where they don't see any weight loss, or they might even temporarily gain a few pounds because of a big meal or some water retention, they take that as evidence and confirmation that they aren't capable of change. Those beliefs about themselves are being confirmed. And the irrational thought pattern of overgeneralization takes this evidence and says, see, you can't lose weight. You can't do it. It's not possible for you. So they stop engaging in the new behaviors like meeting the physical activity guidelines that were actually helping them lose weight. So they stop losing weight or gain everything back that they've already lost. And this provides even more evidence to the overgeneralization thought pattern, further confirming their self-doubt in their own abilities, and creates a vicious, self-fulfilling prophecy. So I hope that this example of setting a weight loss goal, bringing in your motivation, your psychological needs, barriers, lapses, self-talk, and even irrational thought patterns will be useful in helping you apply these concepts, theories, and tools to your own goal setting and future success. If you have a goal or New Year's resolution that was similar to today's example of setting a weight loss goal, then you'll be interested in next week's video, which is a 10-minute body weight HIIT workout that can be scaled up as needed. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.